I want to talk a little bit about intermittent fasting with the 2B mindset because so many people are asking if you can do intermittent fasting while doing the 2B mindset. And you can do a lot of things with the 2B mindset. It's really open and flexible to you making your own system and finding your best system, but with a more positive mindset and with really amazing nutritional tips and benefits, being that I'm, a registered dietitian with a master's degree in nutrition who's lost 100 pounds and worked with thousands of people to do so too. So I'm clearly going to, encourage you to eat healthily, but it's really up to you to treat yourself within reason and, try it, track it, and see if it's working best for you and your weight loss with the 2B mindset. And I show you all the steps to do that, which is the most empowering and freeing aspect to the program. When it comes to intermittent fasting, I'm not saying you have to do it or you can't do it. I'm saying you really need to see if it works for you, because intermittent fasting is not a typical diet. A typical diet, I always say, stands for, did I eat that? It's like, did I eat those foods or those foods? So keto, paleo, Whole30, they're all diets. They're all fad diets. They tell you can eat this, but you cannot eat this. That's a diet. So, one way or another, you'll probably feel deprived doing it. It'll work until it doesn't, until you feel like you're cheating. And so the 2B mindset's not like that. It's all inclusive. Intermittent fasting is the same way. It's not really telling you what to eat. You could eat Snicker bars all day and be intermittent fasting, or you could eat salads all day and do intermittent fasting. It's more about a time window about when to eat that's working best for you. There are benefits and there are cons. The cons I see in doing intermittent fasting is, one, it's not sustainable, right? It's not something you're going to do every single day. If you do it once in a while, it's one thing. But every day kind of doesn't make sense. Like, what if you're getting brunch with a friend, or you're having dinner or cocktails, or going to a Thanksgiving dinner? You're not going to be able to do it every day. It's not a sustainable daily practice the way 2B mindset is. But it's a window of time that you'd be eating for certain times. There are a lot of people saying that there's all these amazing studies on it. I'm very skeptical to all those studies and all those claims, because if you study the blue zones, which are groups of people around the world who have the longest rates of longevity and the lowest rates of chronic diseases and cancers, you don't see any patterns of intermittent fasting in it. So people in Okinawa, Japan, like people, in Greece, like these people who live long, healthy lives are typically eating more similar to 2B mindset style eating patterns. It doesn't say anywhere that they only eat in windows of time. So I don't really say the science is, the answer when it comes to this, because everyone's different and you can find science to pull on lots of different things that work for people, but ultimately everyone's different. So everyone kind of has to see if this works for them or not. The other aspect of intermittent fasting that I don't recommend for people is it really creates a negative deprivation mindset where people start to binge eat going into a fasting window. A lot of people start to go for donuts or have their last bite of pizza, or they're, shovel in their last bites of foods before they think they're going into this, period of deprivation. I have 16 hours ahead of me, I'm not going to eat. And that really creates a longing, emotional tied eating that I really find more destructive than productive when it comes to creating a healthy, positive relationship with your food that I really want everyone to be able to achieve while losing weight, in the 2B mindset. The benefits of intermittent fasting is that it, could help you feel a sense of control. And I also, the aspect of it is that I love is that you're not starving yourself. You're not fasting per se. You're just full. You're satisfied. And honestly, most people doing the 2B mindset are probably doing some version of it. They just aren't calling it fasting. They're just living freely and happily and just getting, the benefits of, I have a good breakfast. They're putting their time in their trackers. They're figuring out their times. I always recommend, an earlier dinner, being dinner and done. And so by the time you have breakfast the next morning, you probably did hit, a window that you didn't have to eat, which I'm all about. I'm all about, there are good eating period times, and then there's periods where we don't have to eat. And that's really healthy for your digestive system, gives it a break, makes you feel good, gives you good energy, but you don't have to necessarily label it as fasting or depriving. Also, another benefit of intermittent fasting that people claim is that you're giving your body a controlled spike of blood sugar and insulin. And insulin is a fat storing hormone. And so we want to, limit our insulin production so we can optimize our fat burning time and opportunity. And that's why I created the plated system within the To Be mindset, where you learn, how I recommend you structure your eating throughout the day. Because if you follow a plated dinner and you are dinner and done and find other fun and figure out all those other principles of To Be mindset, you actually get the benefit of weight loss optimization over about a 16-hour period, and achieve what I love to call like fat burning, fat melting sleep, and see a really great weight loss the next morning. So you can get all the benefits of intermittent fasting without having to overly think that you're depriving yourself for fasting with the To Be mindset while eating a lot of meals. So I hope this somewhat answers the concept of whether or not you could do intermittent fasting with the To Be mindset. You can absolutely do the intermittent fasting. With the To Be mindset, do I recommend you intermittent fast every day, or you focus on depriving yourself of eating for 16 hours a day? Not necessarily. Every day is different. Every day brings different things. You may need extra snacks or an extra bite of this or that for different energy of the day, which is really why I recommend you follow my 2 bunnies and you really customize and personalize the program to best suit your needs and lifestyle, so you can figure out if intermittent fasting is working for you, or eating, smaller meals throughout the day is working for you, kind of just what your best system is, what your go-to foods are, and what your most sustainable plan is, so you can find that consistency, because consistency is key in, continuing to feel positive and successful along your weight loss journey, and make sure you keep it off for good, which is the ultimate goal. So I hope you enjoyed this, and keep, writing to me your questions, and I'll try to do more of these to answer the top one.